Alright, hello YouTube, this is Cardgames 2.
Peaceall10 here.
Alright, and as you see, we're doing a video together. It's pretty sweet. I'm finally back from college.
Yay!
I know.
You don't get long breaks like I do.
No, I don't. My college winter break. 2 weeks.
Mine's a month. Anyways,
yeah.
You're not here to hear about our college.
Nope. Alright, so today we're going to talk about the new dual terminal that's going to come out.
And other things.
Sometime. There is a rumor going around that dual terminal is coming out in January sometime. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. They usually come out probably around a little after, maybe a month after the previous set's Hidden Arsenal is released. So with Hidden Arsenal 3 well on its way, it's almost been that month, people, so we can expect 4 to come out pretty quickly. Although, to point out, we have to be fair, we did see a couple places that there was shots at May, so don't get your hopes up yet, folks.
Yeah. The longer I can wait for Dual Terminal 4, the better. Gives me a shot at getting to Nationals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about those cards that are going to affect the meta so much.
Yes.
I think we all know what card I'm talking about. But anyways,
God, that's gonna be so expensive.
we're actually
so expensive. Okay, continue.
We're not gonna talk about this.
Yes.
Also, before we start, I just like to say we're gonna be talking about the dual terminal, not the Hidden Arsenal. As everyone knows, the Hidden Arsenal is the same as the dual terminal, with the exception of dual terminal has reprinted cards that were previously released. So we're just gonna mention a few of the big ones that are coming out. So, Cardgames 2, you want to take it away for us right now?
Yep, I'll start it off. So, some of the new cards, if any of you seen Stein the Kid's video, his newest one, I think, he hinted at a deck I was going to be building, and I'm going to be building an Ice Barrier deck. I know, shock, surprise. Wow.
We haven't seen you collecting that for months on end.
Yeah.
Anyways.
They haven't, but no. But anyways, I'm going to try to build Ice Barrier. I really like how I think the deck's going to play. It's going to be a heavy lockdown deck, and it's going to slow the game so much that I can actually normal summon monsters and be okay.
You don't special summon? What?
Well, actually,
speaking of special
summoning, one of the key things in the Ice Barrier deck is the Ice Barrier Generals. The Ice Barrier Generals are 7 or 8 star monsters, and once you get them on the field, they generally allow you to start summoning more Ice Barrier monsters. I know the one we got out now, and actually I have that card, so let me get that for you.
You just got it from me for Christmas. So guys, always remember, give your friends trading cards for Christmas.
I loved it. Thank you, Pat.
You're so welcome.
Alright, but anyway, this this Ice Barrier General is the first one that we've got. His effect, just letting you know, is during the main phase, you can normal summon an additional Ice Barrier monster. This effect can only be used once per turn. He's a 28 beater.
It's not something your opponent wants to see you normal summoning like 5 times per turn.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 times per turn, but yeah.
A little exaggeration.
But the big thing I like with them is that since it's a normal summon that I'm bringing him out with, I can play cards like Grave of the Super Ancient Organism. For those who don't know, any monster level 6 or higher that is special summoned can't attack or activate its effect.
Which hurts. Because what happens in the metagame, guys? Oh, I'm going to special summon everything. Synchro summons?
Yeah. It basically shuts down most synchros, and in combination with how Ice Barriers already play, it's a huge lockdown deck.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to do with Ice Barriers. I'm going to work with it. I'm going to put like a prototype together, but the main cards come in Dual Terminal 4. You have the other general that comes out, which allows you to special summon 1 Ice Barrier from the grave. That is the time we do special summon. And then you basically, I guess we're going to talk about this now, but
it has to come.
We get Trishla, Dragon of the Ice Barrier.
No one wants it, but everyone wants it at the same time.
Yeah, it's once it comes out, you
metagame
have to get it kind of like it's so good. It's so good.
Guys, it's the same thing that happened with Bionic. This card is going to be such a meta changer. One thing me and Cardgame have been talking about, it's been kind of worrying me, is what happens if he comes out at 3. I know what happened with Bionic was the timing was just right, that we got him right before the new ban list came out, so he went immediately to 1 before he was even playable.
Yeah. Now, with Trishula, depending on when he comes out, might miss the March ban list. And if he's not E-limited, we're going to see a long time of play with Trishula at 3, depending on...
Folks, that's not going to be fun. Although, we have to be correct about this. The dual tournament cards are not legal for play until they are released, mass released to a set, because they are exclusive and not everyone get their hands on them. So, we won't see Trishula legal until he's released in Hidden Arsenal 4, but relatively speaking, the Hidden Arsenal is released a month or 2 after, so that could put him right behind the March ban list, but it could also put him right in front. And even by a week, that's going to completely change the meta, because we won't see all these different kinds of decks that we're seeing right now.
That just spam Trishula.
Yeah, right now the deck that will win it is spamming Trishula.
Alright, see you, Dick. Sorry, my bro walked in. It's cool.
It's cool. Yeah, but, I mean, when that happens, prepare for change, guys. Hopefully he gets limited. I know I'm concerned about it because even as an Infernity player, I would love to see Trishula at 3, but it's not fair. It's going to change it way too much.
I personally like where the meta's at right now. I think a lot of decks are viable right now, and yeah, if we see Trishula, so which deck can spam Trishula the best? That's basically the new meta.
Yeah.
It's like Infernity is in X-Sabers. That's the meta. Ooh. I hated that, I'm sorry. We can continue.
Who liked Infernity format? Oh wait, I did. Which is funny, because I played Infernities after they were popular. Whatever. Anyways, on to my stuff. We're just kind of going through Dual Tournament 4 with kind of the archetypes that we play. I do want to make a note. There is a lot of Notorious Sport coming out, but we don't know that much about the archetype, so we can't really talk about it.
I can't really talk about
Sorry,
it.
guys.
Our friend is the expert on it.
Was supposed to be here, but he was unable to come, so we kind of lost our Nature expert.
Yeah, so... Yeah,
sorry,
we can't
guys.
really talk about it.
But, anyways, on to
continue.
On to what I know, which is a limited amount. But, first off, Dragonudi stuff. We saw with Hidden Arsenal 3, Dragonudi came out, and they kind of came out as very forceful deck. A lot of special summons, a lot of powerful monsters coming out quick. But right now they're very inconsistent. We were playing a couple games before this just to test out my Dragonudi. You know, they're great when they get the cards they need, but getting their cards they need to hand is a pain.
I did like your idea of Hopeless Splash from there. I think it was really effective. Especially at getting Planix to grade.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens with that. But for right now, there's still a new deck, so there's plenty of time for this deck to evolve. Plus, we have the support coming out. I'd like to mention the Game Changer card is going to be Dragonudi Night Trident. This card is really scary, people. Even as a Dragonudi player, this card worries me. Once returned, you can sacrifice up to 3 cards and then send as many cards that you sacrificed from your opponent's extra deck to the graveyard.
Yeah, so goodbye to my Scrap Dragons.
So yeah, I mean,
all 3 Scrap Dragons. Bye. You know, there's. What target for Chimera? Archfiend? Yeah, Archfiend. Great. You know,
I'm not really sure about his attack and defense. He has a level 7 synchro. But you know, he's going to be pretty strong. Dragonudis are pretty stable once they hit the field. So I mean, if he lasts 2 or 3 turns, say goodbye to half your extra deck.
Yeah. And you do have to have the cards to sacrifice.
That's true. But with Dragonudi, especially with Miltum coming out,
just add Dragonudi to your just equip your dragons.
Yeah.
Just destroy your equipped dragons. That's fine.
Miltum is going to be another game changer, as I mentioned before. He lets you, instead of just having Flax or Phalanx or whatever, however you want to pronounce it. I'm bad at pronouncing stuff. Sorry, guys.
So am I. So I could be completely wrong.
But Anyways, he lets you special summon, once per turn, special summon any equipped dragon. So no more just trying to spam Phalanx. You now have Dark Spear, and you have a bunch more coming out. So, and they're all, of course, they're all tuners. This will make, they're all, I think most of them are under 1,000, I'm pretty sure. But,
a lot of them are, yeah.
So that, again, guys, as more Dragon Movie stuff comes out, Cards of Consonance becomes really important. Right now, I run 1 in the deck, and it seems to be working fine, but that's because I run 3 Phalanx and 2 Dark Spears. 5 targets, that's 1 Cards of Consonance. Maybe 2, if you feel lucky.
And I would stick with 1, but still, great card. Allows you to set up your graveyard, puts Phalanx or whatever, how you say it, into the grave, plus you draw 2. That's just good all around.
It's the draw engine of the deck. What I just don't like about it now is we don't have enough support right now to make it, to put it at 3. But when
Dragon Unity is incomplete.
It is. But definitely when 4 comes out, we have our instant draw.
4 gives a lot of support to a lot of archetypes. I know Naturia is going to be good. It's just I don't.
We don't know
how.
About it.
Yeah. But Naturia is going to be good. Gen X is getting more support. I haven't done a lot of research into it yet, but I think they might be decent. I do have a couple of their synchros. Our Gen X Locomotion.
This card scares me.
Change of Heart. You take control of your opponent's monster with the highest stars. So basically, the boss monster they have on the field, you just take control of it. So it doesn't go back. It's your
guys.
card.
You can check the card text. You can trust me. When I saw it, I was like, oh, it's only till end phase. Then I read the card again. It doesn't say you have to give it back, which is very scary.
I'd say. Oh, which card do you have out? Let's see. You have Scrap Dragon out. You have Gothams out. You have just about anything out, and I just take
it away.
Yeah.
And guys, that's scary. Although we haven't been talking about this. You have limited access to it so far, but
since I just got the card now, I'm not really sure how to synchro it in Gen X. So yeah, I'm not sure right now.
Okay, I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
Anyways, and now on to my probably favorite archetype ever. It's the Fabled monsters.
Yeah.
Within Arsenal 3, they definitely got tons of support.
They're a lot better now. That we played some games. We played even more games before this. And
Fabled versus Scrap
was pretty good. Game 1, you took it away from me. Or was that game 2?
Game 1.
It was game 1. Yeah. It was pretty good.
It was definitely Cross abuse. For those of you who don't know, Fabled Cross came out. You can discard it to special summon any level 4 or lower. Or when it's discarded, I should say. It's different than being able to discard itself. But when it's discarded, you can special summon any level 4 or lower Fabled from your graveyard.
It's great, basically.
I mean, to me, with him at 3, the deck, and when we get more support, which honestly we don't need that much more, but
yeah, you're close.
He will be kind of broken. The other broken card, Fabled Grimro, he is a Hidden Arsenal 2 card. But, I feel like this needs readdressing because the Fabled are just kind of storming onto the scene now. When we first got them, they were a pretty weak archetype by themselves. Actually, I don't think you can make a deck by them by themselves.
You had to Splash in Dark.
You had to Splash Dark World, which I had for a while. It was explosive deck, but it doesn't have what it has now.
Yeah, now I feel it's a lot more consistent.
It is. It has a lot more consistency. The synchros provide amazing draw power, whereas in before, you had Valkyrius to activate your discard effects, and that was about it. But now you have one of probably the key cards of the deck is the Fabled, or not the Fabled, but Fabled Reagan. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but I like calling him Reagan because President Reagan was awesome. Reagan. But when you have 2 or less cards in your hand and he's synchro summoned, you get to draw up, so you have up to 2 cards. So,
if you expend your entire hand,
which you do. You do constantly. I mean, you saw our duels.
I was no hand, but you have gigantic fields that you can and do whatever with.
So,
but yeah,
it's definitely out of Duel Terminal 4. There is a lot of interesting cards. This is where the Fabled starts coming in. We already saw our first the Fabled. I think it was Star Strike Blast. I believe, with the fabled Rubidera, which is he's one of the, you know, he's good. I actually do one of him in my deck so far. But he's a level 4 tuner, which you don't see that often, which is very nice for Valkyrius or Stardust or whatever level 8 you want.
Yeah.
But for the new ones, there's one card that makes me so happy to be a Fabled player. The Fabled Newschi. I'm probably saying that wrong again, but I don't care. It's not on there. I know it though.
Okay. You just
sorry. I just know this card.
You're so excited about it.
I just know this stuff.
All right. Yeah.
You can discard one card to special summon it.
Wow.
So
wow.
You know he's only a level 2, but think about it, guys. With this archetype,
you get the discard effect.
You get the discard effect, so that gets. Oh, let's dump Crust. Let's pull a tuner.
Yeah.
Also,
and you haven't normal summoned yet.
Exactly.
Just saying, you haven't normal summoned yet, and you have 2 monsters on the field.
Also,
randomly.
with the Fabled, it seems they are more. Whereas just normal Fabled monsters have effects that activate on being discarded. It's more the Fabled is more about special summoning, which honestly I am really excited for this deck because you have like the Fabled. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but it's in the elephant. It's 1600 attack, but when he's discarded, he's special summoned and gains I believe 200 attack to bring him to 18. So
you get a special summon 1800 beater.
Yeah.
Yay.
Also, the Fabled Cerebral Cortex, as I like to call him. Again, not sure about the name. I forgot to look this stuff up before, but it's okay.
Butchering these names.
I am.
God.
But
we promise we're not this retarded in real. Well, yeah, we are.
Yeah, we really are. But anyways,
sorry.
He is going to be. Other than Raven, he may be our key tuner. Discard level 2 tuner to special summon. So with all the discard effects that are going around, you get a free tuner, guys.
Yeah,
come on.
It's great.
It's actually funny. On Dual Terminal, or not Dual Terminal, excuse me. On the World Championship 2010, which I've had for a while. These cards were actually legal, or not legal, but they were available on it.
Yeah.
So I made a for funsies Fable deck. Yeah, I could probably synchro a couple of Valkyriuses or a Leviathan without normal summoning. So this deck does have a lot of potential.
Yeah, I see it, especially like since it hasn't been given that much light yet. I wouldn't see any of these cards getting banned anytime soon, unless like suddenly it exploded in top
which I don't know. We'll see even after Dual Terminal 4, but definitely will be a top tier deck.
After Dual Terminal 4, I see this being a really top tier deck. Unless Trishula is at 3. Well, unless you can sing.
You can sing Trishula. Trust me.
Okay, then maybe you are top tier.
But the last card, Fable card, I like to talk about. Although there are more, we actually do get 2 level 4s. I think it's level 4 or level 5 synchro. Again, it's really nice with the Fable. It's they're low levels because as they are the Fabled, so you get a lot of quick low level special summons. So that means you get your level 4, maybe level 5 synchros. You know, honestly though, they aren't that good. You know, they're not. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 in each deck, but they're not going to be game changers, so I'm not going to really mention them here, but I'm just stating the fact that we do get those 2 new synchros. Then, the card, I'm excited about all these cards.
Yeah,
but
you're excited about, like, that entire list. But
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But the
last card.
Last card. This is definitely going to be, you know, I've said other cards are game changers, but this is going to be the game breaker for Fabled. The Fabled Dynaria.
What does Dynaria do?
Well, since you asked, he is a level 8 with 200 attack, 2,800 attack and 100 defense. Yeah, you're thinking he's a synchro monster. Nope, he is a tributable monster. So of course, 2 tributes. You know, with a deck that special summons.
What's that? 2 tributes.
I mean, you special summon a lot, but why would you want to use 2 tributes?
Possibly, yeah.
Oh wait, when you tribute a Fable monster, he only needs 1. So you now have a 28 monster that you can summon with 1 tribute.
Basically anytime you want,
because you have so many special summons. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a great card to use your normal summon on.
Oh, and by the way, here's another effect.
Oh yeah, what is that? What is that? I'm like
once per turn, when your opponent plays a normal spell card, you can change the effect of the card to your opponent discards 1. So instead of them getting, I don't even know what a normal spell card is anymore.
Ground,
oh yeah,
no
like a smashing,
no.
lightning vortex. Oh, instead you get to power up your Fabled by discarding. So again, this is amazing.
That's pretty cool. Alright guys, but that was our recap on cards that are coming out in Duel Terminal 4. Like again, we said we're not sure when it's out. We heard possibly January, but we also heard May.
You know what I forgot?
Yes.
We have to go over something.
Yes.
There's a couple cards that are coming out in Duel Terminal. Obviously, previously released cards.
Previously released cards that are cool and just coming out.
Yeah. So I just want to go over these. White Knight Dragon. You know, you don't see him much. I believe he's a water tribute, but so you can see him.
Water.
You'll see him like maybe Ice Barrier. I don't know. I don't know anything about Ice Barrier. I can't claim that. But you'll see him in like Hopeless variants. I believe.
I would definitely see him in Hopeless.
Icarus Attack, which I am so excited about. You know, if you watch my channel at all, you know I had Black Wings. I don't have them anymore. I'm not a copycat to the list. You can go to my channel for the full story. But I do run Dragon. I do run Dragonuity, which does run Icarus.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, that's gonna be a sexy card as Duel Terminal. It already was sexy as a Gold Series.
Yeah, it's a nice card.
This card's getting the love right now.
Yeah.
Also,
because Black Wings never die. Well, actually, 5Ds is coming to an end.
That is
so
true.
maybe
Black Wings finally stop
being
going to
die.
Oh wait, all their new support stunned. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry guys.
Anyways,
ouch.
And the last one on my list, Cyber Dark Horn. Again, that's kind of the Dragonuity player in me's talking. You guys know the Cyber Darks. They're an old archetype. They're never really were that impact. Although I haven't been playing long enough to know how they impacted the game. But they definitely work in Dragonuity deck. I mean, you equip Bailey's to them, special summon. You have an instant 6, stuff like that.
Yeah. All right, and for my one card, yeah, you know, he just likes to talk.
I do. I'm a talker. What can I say?
Yeah, but my one card, Royal Oppression's coming out as a Duel Terminal. I think it's gonna look really cool. And even though I normally hate playing against Royal Oppression, well, actually, I found out. I did not know this, but whenever you synchro summon Scrap Dragon, he can be Solemn Warning, or Royal Oppression, and he still gets his Bring Back effect from the grave. So there's no really stopping.
You can't stop
Dragon.
Sorry, guys, I gotta stretch.
Alright, yeah, but no. I think that's an interesting ruling. It's the same thing with like the Volcanic Bicorn, I believe. Like it's a mandatory effect. It doesn't care how it's destroyed. It doesn't even have to hit the field. You negate the summoning, but it still gets the effect off. So yeah, it's a really interesting tip. Just thought I'd let you guys know.
All those scrap players out there, I know I think you all are a little disappointed about how they're coming out, but they are.
They're making them not broken, and I want them to be broken so bad.
But you do get Worm and Shark, which I think would be,
do like a level
I don't know
2
anything
tuner.
about scraps.
I do like a level 2 tuner. I wish I had a level 6 synchro.
You finally get level 6, but that does give you access to Goy Embryonic, and we know those.
No, not with Chimera.
Well, with Chimera, yeah. But
Chimera,
what do I know
can't
about
pull
scrap?
Worm. But no, Worm allows for level 6 more, so
you also get a direct attack with him, I believe, too.
I can get a direct attack with him and get his tuner effect search off. But those cards are for another video.
Actually, you know what, man? We're going to talk about the meta right now.
The meta?
We'll talk about it.
I love the meta right now.
Honestly,
like I said,
you know what, he said it before, I really like the meta right now. We do have the Kings, though.
Yeah, you
always have the Kings.
You have Sabers.
Sabers are sitting pretty on top. I've seen
pretty nice.
We don't even have to talk about them, other than the fact that they've been topping regionals left and right.
Into Dark Soul rolling.
Yeah, you know, guys, since we're on the Saber topic, and we might as well bring it up because this is gonna be, honestly,
this is gonna be meta changing.
As a previous Saber player, it made me angry and led to the selling of all my Ember's Blades and Dark Souls and Fultrums. But despite the fact I made tons of money from that. But guys, come January, to make Dark Soul legal in the OCG, which will make Sabers, you know, very competitive at Worlds. Dark Soul has to have his errata changed, or the OCG won't accept him.
Yeah.
So you get 1 Dark Soul search per Dark Soul.
That's
which you can, obviously, if you have 2 in the grave, you still get 2 searches. But, you know the but?
But you can't bring him back onto the field and have him destroyed again to get another search.
Exactly.
Happened against me. How many? Oh yeah, just spend your entire hand. You get 5. What?
I think it was
5?
4.
4 Dark Soul searches.
4 cards to hand.
4 cards.
Yeah.
I can't come back from that. I just can't.
And now I'm pretty sure that was with the whole field of synchros and monsters.
Yeah, he had Gotham, Tunley, and something else. You know, it doesn't really matter at this point.
But also, guys, another key fact, which this is going to actually be making dealing with Sabers a lot easier, is he has to be in the graveyard during the end phase to get the search.
So he can be removed, and they don't get the search.
So, other than the fact that, I mean, what it's like now is, you can crow it, but you still get the search because it hits the graveyard.
Yeah, you can get rid of it.
As long as you get it before the end phase, they won't get the search.
Yeah, which is really, like, you're basically neutering Dark Soul. And it's going to slow down Sabers a lot.
I don't know, it's, you know what, guys? You know, people are saying it's a lot, but they're still going to be a competitive deck. I mean, the way the deck plays now...
They're still competitive.
But they're not top. They're not the
brought down to the level where all the other decks
There
are.
we go.
You don't get those just broken plays. You have to play smart.
Plus, we're finally get to see if the rumors are true that Konami wants Sabers to be the new Lightsworn to see if this ban list touched them. Because we all know Lightsworn were not touched for a long time as they reign supreme over every other deck.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that because I'm a Lightsworn player. I'm a Lightsworn player. It was my first deck. I decided to drop the money and get into the game and made a Lightsworn deck. So those are my boys.
Yeah. How many JDs do you have right now?
I have too many JDs to count. Literally, my goal is to have at least 2 pages of JDs in my binder, so, you know, it's whatever.
You're working on it.
I am. But,
yeah. So, after that, X-Saber ruling, and everything gets brought back down, we'll see how the meta comes. I like the meta right now. Scraps are fairly competitive, and if they're played smart, they can definitely top. Right now, you're seeing a lot of Gravekeepers, a ton of X-Sabers, a couple Blackwings,
although Blackwings
number of quick draws too.
Although, yeah, I think we're all a little disappointed in what happened to Quick Draw. We all know before Star Strike Blast, Quick Draw was referred to as Broke Draw.
Yeah, it was supposed to
I kind of call it let down draw now because, you know, we had such hype over it, and you know, I was honestly, I don't know about you,
Tuning blow-up bulb, they were supposed
terrified
to
of this
break
deck.
the format. It's only Quick Draw.
At our regionals, I don't think one Quick Draw made top 8. I believe.
I played against. It was more of a Drill Warrior loop with Quick Attack Scarecrow going to poke me to death game, but that was the only Quick Draw.
Unfortunately, yeah, they didn't have a good showing. You know, we're all a little disappointed in that, but again, that is a very brand new set, so people need time to work out what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah, and Quick Draw is definitely one of the hardest decks to play.
Oh,
you really have to.
You definitely. I mean, every time. I mean, we have Crescent Moon who plays the Quick Draw deck. You can see his deck list on Cardgame 2's channel.
I believe he has altered it a little bit, not much. He says he's going to upload some videos, so I'm hoping to see him.
We actually do it on his channel, though. That's the question.
No, he said he will do it on his channel.
So guys, you have another channel to check out now.
Yeah.
But anyways,
well, he hasn't had anything up. When he does have anything up, I will recommend him. But until then, no. Do not subscribe to him.
Anyways, I lost my train of thought. Oh, you know, he always tell us about after long days of like tournaments or something, how just mentally exhausted he was.
Yeah.
Because you have to think so hard with that deck. You know, I was an X-Saber guy. You have to think, but it's pretty dirt. I mean, false roll.
Yeah. That's basically all that needs to say. But no, like all decks require some thought to play. It's just some have combos that just you just can go through the motions.
Yeah. With
Quick Draw, you have so many options.
You have to pick the right course.
Every move has its pluses and its minuses, and you have to. It requires so much thought. I played with Crescent Moon's deck before. Actually, I got really lucky, and I got 3 Chaoses in hand and had Sleepborn in the grave, and I was like, Chaos, sacrifice Chaos for Chaos, and Yeah,
You know.
it pretty much rolled over that. But, you know, that's my top deck awesome draws. But, yeah, no.
Which I have to admit, this kid right here can top deck like a pro.
Oh, I top deck like champ.
It seems like...
When I'm not at regionals. But when
That's
I
right.
am, just... No,
it seems
no.
like,
I can't
for
top
me,
deck to save my life.
I'm known as the failure because I can't top deck anything when I need it. Although I did top deck... No, I didn't. Yes, wasn't it a Reborn in a previous game? No, it was a Crust. It was top deck at Crust.
Top deck Crust, which just made it even more
which my favorite deck,
with
obviously.
that label deck.
You know, it was good. That was probably my first good top deck ever. I think we've been playing the game for a couple of years now.
Couple years now, best top deck ever.
Anyways, let's get off. Quick draw.
Yeah.
And like, you know what? I want him to talk about his deck, his scraps.
Well, like I said, I love scraps. Actually, I had a really interesting game yesterday, where I got in this loop where I had 2 Chimeras and 2 Beasts engraved and a Scrap Dragon on the field, and I would constantly bring out Scrap Dragon or like fodder for him. The
Can't
loop
beat that.
yeah, it was actually really efficient, and because Scrap Dragon was both destroying one of his like monsters or back row, here's how the loop played. You have Scrap Dragon on the field and you have Chimera in hand. Play Chimera, you pull Beast. You use Scrap Drag. Well, how is it?
It was so intense that he can't remember.
Use Scrap Dragon to pop Beast to add your second Chimera into hand. You always have Chimera in hand, so no matter what your opponent does, play Chimera, sink out Scrap Dragon.
You never want to see a Scrap player with Chimera in hand and
just all the time. That's all the time. No, but you keep having it out and you keep building up your field. Notably, he didn't really have much, but he had enough to stall for a little bit. But it's a really effective loop, and I liked it. It allows you to constantly have Chimera in hand, and I think it's a great way to play defensively without going all out. And
it seems like Scraps have gone from what we anticipated was an explosive, very offensive deck to a very defensive build.
Because you have to set up your graveyard. The graveyard, at least I feel, is the key to the deck. Like I heard a really cool person, like person describe how Scrap works. You think of Scrap like you're in a junkyard and you just have all these different like useless things together. And you start off small with your Goblin, which he looks like a tin can. Then you get like Golem, which he's just a refrigerator. But like you
kind of does look like a refrigerator.
No, it is a refrigerator.
Is it
like
really?
yeah. Let me pull the deck.
Sorry guys,
Yeah,
I don't know
sorry.
anything about
Yeah.
Scraps, and I'm really excited that Golem's a refrigerator.
Yeah, he's a refrigerator. Basically, that's what he is. Hold on a second.
Hold on.
Golem.
I think he's lying about the Golems and stuff.
No, it's a refrigerator.
It is a refrigerator. That's awesome.
Golem's a refrigerator.
I'm gonna build Scraps now, just because I want a refrigerator.
See
in my
that?
deck.
Yeah, refrigerator. That's what he is. But no, Scraps is your graveyard is like a junkyard, and the more stuff you have in there, the more stuff you can build out of it.
It's like it's like really manly
You start
Legos.
off, yeah, basically, yeah. You start off small with your golems and your goblins. Blech, golem isn't small. Golem's a refrigerator. You start off small with your
Could be a
goblins.
mini fridge.
And maybe mini golem.
Konami, look into that. Mini Golem.
Mini. No, but you start off small with your goblins and that, and then you start adding more stuff to your graveyard. And eventually you have enough stuff in there and you can build a dragon out of all of it. And that's basically how I approach it. You fill up your graveyard with a lot of scrap monsters, and eventually you can get Scrap Dragon, and you can just keep getting Scrap Dragon. It's pretty awesome, but that's basically how I like to play it. I play it slow, I play defensively, really reserved. It does affect me sometimes when you explode first turn, and I'm like, crap, I don't have a graveyard yet. I don't have a graveyard yet. What can I do? No, but that's what I like about Scraps. Like, I play really held back. I wait, and then I just roll over my opponent, because with Scraps effect to add cards back into your hand, it does a lot. I think we're approaching like 20 minutes.
Yeah, so we're almost done. So guys, that's about it.
Yeah.
Quick word in. before we go, this is going to take like 2 minutes, if that. Blacklings are doing very well this format. With
Very
3
well.
Book of Moons and a Pod Duality, they are very quick hand advantage, field advantage. They're playing very anti-meta. I'm talking really fast. And other than that, watch out for anti-meta decks. They are also doing well this format. So they do well every format, but for some reason I've seen a lot of stun decks and other stuff like that doing very well. So
Really well. Really well.
anyways,
Yep. Okay.
that's about it for us. Peace all 10 here.
Card games too. Peace out, YouTube.